Hello everyone, we are going to be making this flower coaster today. It is very easy and super beginner friendly. You will need the yarn of your desire, and I'm going to be using a 3mm hook today. You're also going to be needing your scissor, and if you have stitch markers, very recommended. To get started, we're going to be working with a magic ring. I put the yarn around my index finger clockwise and create like this X. Then I'm going to take my crochet hook, I go through the middle, I grab the yarn, pull it through the center, and I chain one. And that is your start of a magic ring. To kick off round number 1, we're going to be doing chain 3, and this will count as your first double crochet. After that, you're going to be doing a total of 11 more double crochets. I will place a stitch marker into this double crochet that I just created. This stitch marker will mark the second stitch of the round, and that is where we're going to stitch into at the end of round 1, and I'm marking the second stitch in a sense. So I got chain 3 double crochet, and now I need to do 10 more double crochets. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 double crochets plus your chain 3. So round 1, you're going to end up with 12 stitches. Now tighten up your magic ring, and then you're going to slip stitch into the third chain from the chain 3 that you did. And remember, I told you the stitch marker is on stitch number 2, so you know that the stitch to the right of it is where you slip stitch in. And here you have round 1, 12 stitches. For round number 2, we're also going to start out with a chain 3 that will count as our first double crochet, and this is going to be our increase round. We're going to do 2 double crochets into each of the 12 stitches. So by the end of round 2, you're going to have 24 stitches. This is counted as the first double crochet, and then you're going to do another double crochet into the same stitch. So leaving the stitch marker here is really helpful because that is your stitch number 2. I'm going to move my stitch marker into this first double crochet, and just like in round number 1, it really marks your second stitch because your first stitch that you're going to slip stitch into is going to be the top of the chain 3. Now we're going to be doing 2 double crochets into each of the remaining 11 stitches. Okay, so that was 1 double crochet, and then into the same stitch, 2, and you do that all the way around. Let's just do it together one more time. 1 double crochet, and into the same stitch I'm going to do a second one. So 2 double crochets in each of our stitches. After round 2, you're going to end up with 24 stitches. I will meet you back over here. I'm here at the end of round 2. I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch into the third chain that we originally did, which is right here. And remember, my stitch marker is in the second stitch, so you know to the right of it is where you slip stitch to close out the round. In round 3, you're going to start out with a chain 3, and now we're going to do another increase into the same stitch. So you're going to put another double crochet right into the first stitch. So it's easy to see the first stitch if you leave the stitch marker here in the second one. So that was my double crochet into the same stitch. I'm going to be moving my stitch marker over. And now into the next stitch, which is this one right here, we're going to do 1 double crochet. And that's your pattern repeat for round number 3. So you do an increase, so 2 double crochets into 1 stitch followed by 1 double crochet. Let's do that together. So into this 3rd stitch here, I'm going to do 2 double crochets into the same stitch, followed by a double crochet into the next stitch. Here we go. 2 into the next one, followed by 1 double crochet. Go ahead and finish your round number 3. I will meet you back over here. So I finished round number 3. I slip stitch into the chain 3 here on top to close out the loop. So to finish off the flower coaster, we're gonna do the border now. So this one, which is where you slip stitch into, will count as the first one. Okay, so we skip 1, we skip 2. So it's always good to have your stitch marker there, knowing that this marks stitch number 2. And we're gonna do 6 double crochets into the 3rd stitch. So skip 1, skip 2 into the 3rd stitch. I'm going to do 6 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so pull over here, skip 1, slip stitch into the next one. So if you're looking at the finished coaster, we just did 1, and we need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more of the clamshell finish. So we're gonna yarn over, so skip the next one and 6 double crochets into the following one. There was 6 double crochets. I'm gonna skip 1 and slip stitch into the next, and that was my second. Let's do one more together. So skip the next, skip 1, 6 double crochets into the following one, there was 6 double crochets, skip 1, slip stitch. Continue that all the way around, do it 5 more times, and I will meet you over here. And now this is our first stitch from the beginning of the round, and we're just gonna go ahead and slip stitch. You can cut off the yarn, just going to the next stitch from the front to the back. I go from the back to the front one more time. And there you are with your coaster. Looks very different in a different color, but I wanted to use a bright color, easy for you guys to see. Love to see you guys give this simple tutorial a try, and if you like it, give me a thumbs up, a share, like, and comment. Thank you so much.